What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggle's TV Daily Rewind. This is where we go back a week, give you the past 7 days of tech news in one single video. I'm recording this on the Galaxy Z Fold 4 front camera of the front screen. And we talked a lot about this week about broken Galaxy Z Fold phones and things that you might want to think about in terms of those breaks. Also, we talk about the S22 upgrade up into the S23 and devices like that. Watch 5 Pro, and so much more. So enjoy this week, and we'll see you in the next one. Let's talk about the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro. One of the big things and big improvements about the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro was battery. It put this massive battery in, and it's getting, I think, and I know some people are like 7 days on the last one. Whatever. I never get this much battery life on a watch. This is a lot of days. So here it goes. This is Max Jamber saying he's on day 4 with his Galaxy Watch 5 Pro, and he's got 19% left. It's probably where it's gonna die out. If it doesn't, it'll be get into day 5 and that's about it. But that's pretty freaking good. 4 days before you have to actually charge the device. I think that's amazing. I'd be thoroughly happy with that, to only have to charge the watch like twice a week instead of every night. Again, I'd be really thrilled with that. But good things to look forward to if you're getting the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro. Really good battery life is definitely one of the good things. Next up is about Samsung Care Plus, and if you have a Galaxy Z Fold 4 or Flip 4 and you pre-ordered the device, are you getting Samsung Care Plus free for 1 year with the device? Because during the keynote, one of the people from Samsung said, everybody that buys, I don't know if he said everybody, but he says if you pre-order the Galaxy Z Fold 4 or Flip 4, you'll get 1 free year of Samsung Care Plus. Even on their official website, which I'll link down below, read the whole thing, it's towards the bottom. It says that, let me pull it up real quick. It says that customers who pre-order either Galaxy Z Flip 4 or Galaxy Fold 4 will receive 1 complimentary year of Samsung Care Plus, delivering protection against drops or cracked screens with Samsung's expert support in select countries. And then it has a number there, it says number 40. You go down to number 40 in the article, and it doesn't really give too much more information after that. The keyword is, there's 2 keywords in, 1 free year of free Samsung Care Plus, and then the other bigger keyword is select countries. So if you live in the United States, from all the research that I've done, from going on Reddit to asking Samsung myself, it seems like, from what I'm hearing, and maybe this will change, but I don't think it's going to, you're not going to get Samsung Care Plus for free. You're going to have to pay for it in America. Probably other places as well, because it says select countries. I know the UK it's free. In a lot of other places in Europe it's free as well. But in America, US of A, at the very least, which is my biggest audience, if you buy and pre-order the Galaxy Z Flip 4 or Fold 4, you will not get free Samsung Care Plus like you did last year on the Flip 3 and Fold 3. And you'll probably notice that anyway, because when you're going through the pre-order process and you select Samsung Care Plus, it says it costs $11 a month, and that at that point isn't free. So I asked them last night. I've read some people that on Reddit that did the same thing I did, and obviously I went through the pre-order process, so it's not free for Americans. Really sucky. We got really good pre-order gifts, but we didn't get, I'd almost rather have Samsung Care Plus because it's $11 every single month, which if you hold it for a year, ends up adding another $100+ towards what you're paying. I'd rather have maybe gotten a free year of Galaxy Samsung Care Plus, and then maybe like headphones for free or a reduced watch price or something, but not all the free gifts. And I don't know, that's what I would have liked personally with it. But yeah, to add on to that, you really should get Samsung Care Plus. Now, the reason I say it is because these phones, even though they've improved the reliability of, you dropping it or them just breaking, they are folding phones and they are still more fragile than a traditional candy bar phone. So get Samsung Care Plus, or get a plan through your carrier if you're able to, insurance, but get some kind of insurance on there. You might even be able to do it through your home insurance plan as well, but get something, because it gives you peace of mind and it stops you from having to pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars, maybe even thousands if you completely break it, and get it replaced. So it's all well worth it. Thanks. The story of the day is pre-orders worldwide, I believe this is worldwide, for the Galaxy Z Flip 4 and Fold 4 and they're really, really good. And now, why is this a good thing? Because it means they're probably gonna put out more folding phones. And I always say that the folding phones and flipping phones and rollable phones will be the future of the industry within 5 years. Most people will buy these types of phones as they get sexier and leaner and better overall, and they come out from more manufacturers. Check this out. So this information has been written up by Sam24 or something like that. Sam News 24, yeah. So they're saying the Z Flip 4 and Fold 4 pre-orders are close to 1 million units, and they go in depth saying that it's been about 970,000 units. Now versus the Z Flip 3 and Fold 3, that was 920,000 units in the same time period. And for the Note 20 phones, that was 700,000 units. So pre-orders are going exceptionally well for the Fold and Flip 4 versions of this device, and it makes me happy because, like I said, I want this to be a huge success. I want to see more manufacturers come out with folding and flipping and rollable devices that you can use that have these huge displays and can minimize down into these tinier ones. And it just, there's so much they can do with this. There's so many ways. You know, they've exhausted the ways of these kind of phones, these candy bar phones. Don't get me wrong, these aren't bad. They work great. They're great for almost everybody, but there's just something about a folding phone that once you go fold, you almost never unfold, and you want to live in that world. So great news overall for Samsung with the pre-orders sales for these phones. Last story of the day is a little bit of a heartbreaker, and it is something to know that if you get your Galaxy Z Fold 4, and I've been telling you guys, get the insurance, and you wouldn't necessarily need the insurance for this one, but it's nice to know that if you break it and you have the insurance, your costs are gonna be way, way less if it is your fault that the reason the phone broke. And this doesn't seem like this person's fault that it broke, but here it is. It is the first broken Galaxy Z Fold 4 that I have personally seen, and he says that his phone broke on day one, 5 hours after receiving it, and you can see that line that just goes all the way down the middle of the phone, making it pretty much unusable. And the reason for this is because of a defect in the UTG, the ultra thin glass, which can basically happen on any of the folding phones. I guess it happened a little bit more on the Fold 3 devices, but basically it's a defect in that display because I believe the top layer is ultra thin glass, if I'm not mistaken, and that is obviously a little bit more fragile than some of the other parts of the phone. And there's a defect rate, I think, of about 5%, which kind of seems high. You think out of 100 phones sold, 5 of these are gonna have an issue. So again, he should be able to replace it for free without even having to have insurance, because it's a defect in the phone itself. But generally, you still wanna get that insurance. So I beg of you, and I don't beg you of anything, get the insurance. You're going to be much more happier and mentally happier if you get it on these very expensive devices such as the Fold 4. First story of the day is, if you got this case, which is a good possibility, especially if you did the pre-order, which if you didn't do the pre-order, today is the last day. Take care of the pre-order. Link is down below. You're going to get amazing pre-order gifts and also support my channel as well, which is a thank you to me, which I would super appreciate. So take advantage of that pre-order deal. But regardless, you get this as a pre-order gift, at least currently, or maybe you'll end up buying it. But still, one of the cool things, and I saw this on Reddit, someone's like, hey, the S Pen case, if you put the little S Pen module part there, it actually makes for a nice little grip. So it actually makes it easier to hold on to your phone a little bit. And I wouldn't say, I still like having an actual phone grip like I have here, which is the Love Handle, which again, I have a link down below. I do like this. I'm enjoying this mightily. It opens up into a case as well. I mean, a stand, I should say. And you can stand it any which direction that you want and hold it there. But regardless, this is pretty cool. If you don't have a phone grip, it actually makes it a little bit easier to hold. So you can, I'm holding it up like this, but if you're holding it down, it definitely helps with gripping the phone. So don't forget to wrap your fingers around this S Pen to get a little bit better grip. Next up is about the Galaxy Watch 5 series of watches. There is a new update that's rolling out right now. Haven't checked mine because I forgot to charge it and mine already died. Talk about people getting 4 days of battery life. It wasn't fully charged, to be fair, but I didn't even get one. I got 1 day basically. So the Galaxy Watch 5 there's an update going out, and it's just for wireless emergency alerts. It fixes an issue where if the emergency alert was longer than 255 characters, you couldn't get it. So check for that update. Go into your settings of your app on your phone and check for the update in there. You should be able to download the update. Next up is about the Galaxy S23 Ultra and what the back of the phone is going to look like. And it might look a lot more familiar than you might have been expecting, because the newest information come from Ice Universe is he's saying 100% confirmed that the S23 Ultra will maintain the exact same camera design as the S22 Ultra. I think this design is good and can continue to be used. It is simple and natural. I agree, it is pretty simple and natural. And at the end of the day, if it works, it works. You don't need to reinvent the wheel every time with the way these cameras look. But it also goes into the fact that, you know, this phone's probably, and it, from all intents and purposes, from what we're hearing, it's gonna look and feel a lot like the S22 Ultra, making it a tough reason to upgrade in a lot of ways, because you always want something to physically be different if you're upgrading to it, and be better. And it probably will be a better phone overall, but is it going to be better in the ways of being physically different? Doesn't look so. And our last story of the day, check this out. Pulled this from Reddit. Fold 4 screen cracked after the first fold. Basically, he opened it up and closed it, it sounded like, and it cracked. It was already cracked straight down the middle. His new Fold 4. This is awful. And I wonder is Samsung gonna be like, yeah, we'll fix that, we got it for you, buddy, no worry? Or are they gonna be like, you broke it, you either need to use your insurance plan or you need to pay for the damages? He hasn't said in the post exactly what's happened as of yet, but it's definitely, I would be kind of scared, especially if I didn't have insurance. I'm like, damn, I gotta get this thing fixed, or and I just got it and I didn't even break it, all I did was open it. And people are making jokes in there, did you open it the wrong way, you know, that way instead of this way? So it's like, it's kind of scary. First story of the day is pre-order is over for the Galaxy Z Fold and Flip 4 and all of the devices. But what happened? Are we still getting deals on these phones if you do order the phone at this point? Well, yes. And they are different than what I was guesstimating and guessing with what might happen. We had some leaks earlier on saying that the phones are probably going to drop down to about $300 cheaper, but not really have any pre-order gifts, but it doesn't seem like that happened. But there's still some good deals going on. So if you get a Flip 4 or a Fold 4, this is what you get up to. And I don't actually, like I said, I don't think this is that bad, but this is what you end up getting. If you get a Galaxy Z Fold 4, you get the 256 gig version, for instance. You'll get $150 instant credit to use on Samsung.com. So you can use that money towards earphones, a watch, a charger, a case, whatever you want. So anything to do with that. Plus you'll get 30% off if you get a Galaxy Watch 5 and Galaxy Buds 2 Pro bundle. So if you get both of those, you'll get an additional 30% off those accessories, not the phone, but the accessories. And then you'll get up to $900 of enhanced trade-in credit. Depending upon which phone you have, you might get up to $900, dropping the phone down to $900. Now, some of the things that you are losing are you will not get the case with the S Pen for free unless you use your $150 for that credit. You're also not getting the free storage upgrade. When I got it with the pre-order, I was able to get the 512 gigabyte, even though I ordered the 256 price-wise. So you got the free storage upgrade. So those are two, potentially major things that you're not getting. Now, you could still buy the 512 and pay basically $100 more, and you could get the case and the S Pen by buying that with the $150. So it's not like you're not getting it, you could. It's just the deal that I got was better, plus the trade-in value was better with the pre-order, but still, these are still really, really good deals. So if you want to take advantage of it, it is linked down below. Next up is about the One UI 5 Beta 2. It's rolling out right now. You can probably download it if you're part of the beta, but there's a new feature within RAM Plus that allows you to turn it on or off. Before it was just on, you couldn't turn it off. Now you can turn it off, and here it is. There's an on-off switch when you go into RAM Plus. And RAM Plus, if you didn't know, has a good description. Says it uses your phone's storage space to provide virtual memory, more virtual memory to allow more apps to stay open in the background, choose less virtual memory to keep more storage space free, and you can choose between 2 and 8 gigabytes. Now you can just completely turn it off if you don't want to use that feature at all. I'm actually surprised it wasn't in there in the first place, but when you get One UI 5, there's a good chance that this on-off switch will still be there, and the first phones to get it should be in October. Here's a quick one. There's a little patent go around for a candy bar phone from Samsung. They just put this out, and basically it would be a display on the back of the phone. So you'd have one on the front, and you'd also have a little one on the back. We've kind of seen this before, but it would be a little display, and it sounds like it's going to be a transparent display, so that's the other thing. So, you know, I don't even know how, they'd have to have some kind of case that keeps that open as well. But yeah, something that might come out, not definitive, but keep your eyes peeled if this does come out, a dual screen candy bar Samsung phone. And our last story of the day, I kind of like these. I'm not saying that the Galaxy Z Fold 4 is crap or it's completely the most fragile thing in the history of the world. I love folding phones. I just like the drama behind this, and I think it's super interesting to see, like, people are breaking their phones. I mean, just like any other phone, but especially with these ones, because I think, like, it's just interesting to me. I find it quite amusing, to be honest with you. So Galaxy Z Fold 4, the last couple of days, we've seen some people break it from most of them have been manufacturing issues. This one's actually, the person actually broke it, and he broke it. I found this on Reddit. He said, second day of owning the Galaxy Z Fold 4, and this happened. And you can see there is the circular light. That's just the light from the camera he's using, or from his light above him. But ultimately, see that white line that's below it that goes across the screen halfway? That is what he's talking about. And he said he did that by accidentally dropping or knocking a bottle, and it landed on the display. And someone asked if he still has insurance, and he said yes, he does. But yeah, it was his fault, unfortunately, where the bottle hit the display and caused that white line to show up. So now, again, I know, and I agree with this, Z folding phones are more fragile than just traditional phones. If that same thing had happened on a regular candy bar phone, there's still a chance it might have broke. But I would, if that same thing was going to happen to me, I would much rather have it happen on a candy bar phone versus a folding phone. So just be careful with that big display. Either keep your phone closed more often. Also, like I said, for days now, get insurance if you don't have it. You should still be able to sign up for it, even though you might even already have the phone if you don't have it. Or if you bought it with a credit card, your credit card might offer insurance for things that you bought, or your homeowner's policy might help with that. So just be cognizant of having some kind of insurance policy if you get the folding phone. First story of the day has to do with the process of which it takes to make the Galaxy Z Flip 4 and Fold 4 phones, and what these phones actually go through in the factory to be produced, and it is a sight to see. I'll link the full video down below if you want to watch it, but I love this kind of thing. I love to see how they actually go from basically nothing to what we have in our hands, and that in-between process is pretty magnificent and pretty spectacular. To think that somebody came up with every step of the way of creating these foldable flipping phones is amazing, or any device for that matter. I mean, you think about the internals, you think about the externals, you think about putting it all together, and how it pretty much, when you get it, is a seamless thing, because you just plug it in, turn it on, and use it, and it's amazing. So check out the video, it's really, really cool stuff. Next up is, most people use a case with their phone. Some people don't. I can't think of a time where I have actively used a phone from months on end with no case. I think with the first, I think it was the Fold 2 that I had, I didn't have a case on it for like the first 30 days or something like that. I was very careful with it, and that was because I couldn't find a case that I wanted. But other than that, I've always had a case on my phone for an extended period of time, and I've never used it pretty much naked, because I'm scared. Even if I've had insurance, I don't want to have to go through the hassle of having to get a new phone all the time and whatever. So I'd never do it. But what about this? Would you do this? Would you have no case on your new Z Fold 4 or any of your folding phones, or any phone for that matter, and just use a skin and be concerned, not concerned, because you have insurance as well. So that's really what it comes down to, having a skin on your phone. Obviously that will help with scratches, not with breaks so much. But then if you do break it, you can just use your insurance plan. Let me know if you would actually be okay with that in the comments down below. And our last story of the day has to do with the Galaxy Z Fold 4, but you could also make a rule for this with the Fold 1, Fold 2, Fold 3, all of the folds. It is literally the most expensive Amazon Kindle you can buy. I mean, it's an ebook reader's dream. It's perfect for that. It is almost the size of a paperback book, and if you turn the screen black, you can get basically save the screen, get better battery life, because OLED does much better with battery life with a dark/black screen, and then the writing, if you can get it to be gray, will help even more. The white's not too bad on here for me though, but still, if you do want to do this, try it out. I'm not a big book reader, but I can see how this would be an ultimate dream of reading a book on here. And look at that. Ooh, it's like the perfect size. It's maybe even better than a tablet, just because it's kind of big, but not too big. So it makes for that perfect size. And if you do want to make it black, this is the Amazon Kindle app. Press and hold, or just press in the middle of the page actually, and then hit to the right, you'll see a magnifying glass, and to the right, you see a little piece of paper. Nope, not there. It is right here, the A. Hit the A, I should say. Go to, is it themes? Layout. Go to layout, you'll see page color, choose black. You can also choose green or whatever, but you'd want to choose black because it's going to be easier on your eyes. And then you can also change the alignment and stuff like that, and go into font and change the font that you want, and change the color, you know, how bright or dark the coloring is for you. But this makes for a freaking amazing book reader. You know, it's pretty freaking cool. Here, let me open this one up. Check this out. How cool is that? I mean, you get your pictures there too. It's seriously the most amazing Amazon Kindle you can buy. Check it out. Story of the day has to do with the Galaxy S23 series. Now, S23 Ultra, we've spoken about that it's going to carry over very similar or same elements of design on the body, the display, the battery. A lot of this stuff is going to remain the same for the S23 Ultra cameras from the S22 Ultra. Maybe a couple things upgraded on the cameras, but basically the same design overall. Now, what about the regular S22 and S22 Plus? Well, it looks like Ice Universe is coming out and say that the S23 and 23 Plus have the same design as the S22s. Even the middle frame has not changed. The same screen, the same sensor, the same camera, and battery is estimated to be similar. Processor will be upgraded to the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. So Samsung's really seemingly doing these minimal upgrades every year, and it's kind of hard for them not to be honest with you. There's so many things in terms of what they've already done with the phones, and like, how can they just continually do these huge upgrades? They kind of can't unless they completely do a redesign of the phone and put, like, you know, I mean, they could add a screen on the back. That would be something cool they could add, so that when you do, you know, selfies or something on the back here, you have that nice display. You don't have to kind of figure out where you're doing it. That would be a nice upgrade for them to do on the S line. For me anyway, I think that'd be a huge one. That would probably be the biggest thing that I would personally want on a phone like this, would be from Samsung anyway, because I know other manufacturers do it. A display right here or right here somewhere that I can actually see what I'm looking through on these cameras, and also have notifications and maybe interact with it, kind of the same way that the Z Flip phones have right there. When they close it up, they still have that small display that they can use to either use as a viewfinder or to interact with their phone a little bit. So I would love for them to do something like that. Other than that, I kind of understand they can't, you know, change the wheel every time, and we're at a point where supply and demand, it's getting better, but it's still not perfect. So I don't know, what do you guys think they could do to improve the S23 line that would really make you say, oh, that's a totally worthy upgrade? Let me know in the comments down below. And the last story of the day has to do with the Z Fold phones. And I'm back to it again. There's another broken Z Fold phone. And this, you know, if I went on some other forum or something, there'd be a bunch of those phones, have them be candy bar phones or flip phones or fold phones, whatever. There's always going to be broken phones, have it be manufacturer defects or a person being clumsy and breaking the phone as well. So that happens, and I understand that, but I still go on this line of, if you get a folding phone, make sure you get the insurance. You're got to do it. Beyond that, get a great case that's very, very protective. But the other part of that is, you know, folding phones are more fragile, and they're probably really the only phones, not because of all these new features that come out year in and year out, but they're probably the only phones that probably really should, in a way, get upgraded every single year by that person. First of all, you get really good trade-in offers, and you get good trade-in offers on the candy bar phones too, but you get really good trade-in offers. You know, you can basically pay under $1,000 every year for the phone, for a really great phone, folding phone, and you know, something's upgraded on it pretty well. When you look at the Z Fold 3 and 4, there was a couple things upgraded that maybe made it a good upgrade, maybe not so much, depends how you look at it. Then to add on to that, fragility for these folding phones, you know, it might not be broken after a year, but I think the chances go up and up and up and up that, you know, the more you open and close this device, the more chance you have of potentially just ruining it, you know, for whatever reason. You know, you see something like the picture I just showed you where it has that line down the middle. That happens. It happened to my wife. We didn't do anything. It just broke. And then sometimes you walk in, you slip on the wet ground and you slam it on the ground. You have a great case on there, maybe you still broke the phone. So there's multiple reasons and easier reasons to break these phones versus traditional candy bar phones. But I don't know. What do you guys think? That'll give you a double question again today. Is the folding phone or a phone that you should always upgrade every single year, no matter what, pretty much? And then the other question would be the S22 to 23 phones. What can they do to upgrade that to make it a really wow upgrade for you? And put it in the comments down below. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll be back again with 2 more videos, and I'll see you down the road. Peace.